Yes, yes. Going live. Weekly check-in, you good fam. Every Mondays. Community vibes, man. Building with the people then. I got to shout out Kabaka Pyramid, man. The homie from Jamaica, man. Today's his birthday. So I figured I'd play some of his music in the background real quick. Hey, reggae music, man. When it hits, you feel no pain. Jeez.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing?
I'm feeling good, bro. What about yourself?
Man, feeling good, man. Feeling blessed. Peace to everybody coming through. Man, yo, man, our brother Don, man, hit me up saying that Rogers is failing him today, man. There's some kind of like some power outage or something going on in, man.
Okay, that's what's up.
He sent me this map and it showed all these like red dots all across Toronto. So I don't know, like, you know, what's going on, but hopefully, man, he'll be able to get on. But I also reached out to the big homie Drae, you know what I mean? So he's going to be joining us. I see Jay right now, man. Big up to him, man. You know what I mean?
Proper.
That's my OG right there, man. One of the men that put me on, man. Got me onto things, and you know what I'm saying? So it's always blessed, though, man.
Yo, that's the thing I love about Toronto. It's like you can know people from all different parts of the city. I bet someone that you know knows someone that you know. Like, it's crazy.
No, it's really, Toronto's like a small city, man. It's like literally like 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not even a shock to me, like, if I were to say somebody, you're like, yeah, I know him too, you know? So it's not even like a shock.
Trust me, fam.
You know what I mean? But yo, it's blessed. It really shows that there's community regardless of what people say and what people think. You know what I mean? So like, where we're always building, we're always connected, and that's the way I like it, man, to be honest, man. That's the way I like it.
Straight up. And you know, like, it probably aligns with today's topic because I know we're talking about like goals and stuff like that, right?
Indeed, man. Self-motivation, you know what I mean? Like, what gets you self-motivated, you know, and to pursue and to do what you do, you know what I mean? So we're definitely going to get into it. I'm definitely going to hear from Drae as well, man, because he's someone who's like been doing it for like mad long, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Man. Still relevant, still doing this thing.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, yo, and Drae, bro, Drae has the energy of like a 16-year-old, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't age, fam. Black don't crack, you know what I'm saying?
And he's literally been like the same way, man. That's one thing I've always appreciated about him, man. Like the way how he vibes and connects. Yes, man. Big homie.
The hard workers in the game right now.
Oh, you too, fam. Come on.
Changing the game right now. Stolen from Africa.
Yeah, you know, cuz.
How you doing? How's life, man? How's the day?
Monday.
Rogers is forcing everybody inside because it seems like the Wi-Fi's are working, but data and service on road, like if you go outside, you ain't got no service.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it seems like they trying to squeeze us in because of our addiction to technology. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man.
But it's all good. You can't stop me from getting fresh air, man. I send birds. I send a message on a bird.
That's it, man.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, life's good, man. I'm breathing. You know what I'm saying? No COVID symptoms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stay sprayed up, masked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
No, man, we got our mask up all day.
Yes, sir.
You know what my thing is right now? I love all the music now. The music. I love listening for COVID and mask references, and you know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know beer people's loving it, fam. I see beer young people, even older people too. Like, they was wearing the mask before it was like a thing to wear the mask, you know. So now that you're allowed to wear a mask, you wear a mask. It's like, yo, chill, yo.
Right?
Yeah.
You couldn't drive a car with a mask on before.
Come on. Pull over quick fast.
Right. So
oh man.
Yeah, man. It's what it is.
Butter just now, yo.
Yeah. I got that shea butter, that raw shea butter straight from Ghana.
Mm.
Um, I took a trip 2 years, 2019. I went over there. And since then I've been just reing up, you know what I'm saying?
Not for sure.
Because it is like it's kind of like dope, you know what I'm saying? It's off white, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they use it up quick and they gotta come get it again. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. It's
Yeah.
all
All the pictures, all the little flyers I'm doing and shit, everybody like, it looks like dope. Yeah, well, it's dope for your skin. You know what I'm saying? It
That
cures.
pure uncut, nothing stepped
Yeah,
on.
like the most natural thing you could get because you know what I'm saying? It's like it's from a nut, it's from a tree, a nut. You know
Mm.
what I mean? There's nothing, there's zero chemicals, additives. They take it from the nut, they crush up the nut, they roast the nut, they melt the nut, oil comes out of it, and they dries up, and you get shea butter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Mm.
Like this thing cures eczema, psoriasis. You got blemishes. Your skin's off. You dark over here, light over here. Even you up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Wow.
Especially for melanated skin. It's for melanated skin. Check this one. Check this one.
Go on, drop it.
The tree is only found in 7 countries on the planet, and all of those countries are in Africa.
Come on now. Come on, man. Come on.
Didn't they say that herbs are for the healing of the nation? You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe shea nut isn't an herb per se, but it does grow from the ground, and like it's for us, bro.
Mm.
Straight.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely want to hear more about your connection with Africa you're doing, because that definitely connects with self-motivation. You know what I mean? So we're definitely going to get into that.
Yeah.
Let's continue with our check-ins. You know what I mean? We got some people joining us. Big up to everyone here, man, for our weekly check-in. You good, fam. And we always start, you know, seeing how we're doing on a scale from 1 to 10. So if y'all want to drop your number, man, 1 being not so great, 10 being amazing. You want to let us know your number, let us know how you're feeling, man, so we can big you up, man, and acknowledge you, man, for being here, because we always got to build, and that's what it is. So that being said, man, I'll set it off, man. I'm feeling about like an 8 today. You know, I feel really motivated. I'm kind of like learning about like cryptocurrency. Like, you know, I'm finally getting into it now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing Wagwan and I'm like, okay, my gears are going. So like last night I was up all night just on different YouTube videos, just watching different things and bookmarking and just getting some understanding before I dive into it. You know what I mean? But it's pretty exciting. I think there's some opportunities there, and so that's just where my head's at. So I feel motivated. I like when things are new and fresh, and you know, like it's not fixed. You know what I mean? It's still in motion. So
There's freedom, fluidity.
There is, you know. So I really see like, you know, like the digital world is here to stay. You know what I mean? Like us communicating like this, like, you know, like purchasing like this is where it's at. You know what I mean? And anything that moves towards like our freedom, our independence, you know what I mean? I'm all for it. You know what I mean? So that's what got me motivated right now. Obviously, like building with the man them, you know what I mean? This is family right here, man. So it's always peace, man. Yeah, man. So that's where I'm at. But yo, everyone in the chat, man, let us know your number, man.
Yeah, put your number
feeling,
in,
man. What you feeling?
How you feeling? Yeah, man. Me, I'm like a solid 9 still.
Okay.
Yeah, fam. You know, I woke up, the sun was shining in my room, so I was like, okay, that's what's up. You know, you know, I'm always open to the light. You know what I'm saying? So when I see it shining, fam, it motivates me. You know, in a way like more subconscious that I pay attention to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes, like, I know, like, this weekend it was a little gloomy. I'm not sure about y'all, but that had an effect on my mood, you know what I mean? So,
okay,
just seeing the sun shining, whatever, you know, I'm going to go out and go for a bike ride after this. Feeling good still, fam. I can't complain, you know. The weather's getting nicer. Even though it might snow tomorrow, that's what they're saying.
What?
Yeah, they said it's going to be somewhere up north. There's a storm, cuz.
I told, what month are we in? What month are we in? April?
Yeah.
Listen, I said, listen, there's a lot of people that, like, it's like every year they forget. Like, we in Canada. Hell yeah, we could get a snowstorm in April. That, like, that ain't even no surprise to me. I've been living here for a lot of years.
It
You know what I'm
happens.
saying? Since I was born.
Yeah, fam, it
But
happens though. But yeah, you know, I feel good, and that's pretty much it. You know, how you
mm.
feeling, Dre?
Um, hit me up with a 7.5. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I am feeling good today, I'm talking to my brothers, it's a sunny day and shit. It's lockdown,
Mm.
and it seems eh, like all the protests and activism I've ever done in my life. Now's when I should be doing the most, and I ain't doing none because it don't make sense. We gotta find another plan because
Mm.
protesting and activizing is not it's not working, and especially with this government, these multinational corporations. Yeah, that took away my. I ought to be at 9 too, but I think about these things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I think about the Ontario government, Doug Ford. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That like false information. You're saying the cops are gonna stop everybody randomly, and then all these cops are all these different divisions are releasing statements saying they will not be drawing down nobody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you guys doing over there? You know what I'm saying?
Bare confusion.
I don't think it's confusion. I think that I think there's an internal struggle
mm,
Mm.
right now, and we're like the kids in a divorce battle.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And we're just gonna get the spoils. We don't know who we're gonna go with. We don't know who's gonna win. You know, like a lot of them said with the U.S. election, like black people don't have a horse in this race. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But we could make bets. You
Mm.
feel me?
Mm.
And
Mm.
that's what a lot of these anti-maskers are doing. Because a lot of the anti-maskers are getting they're getting support from politicians, you know, from political sides that are not about this. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff going on.
yeah.
Man, that's
But back to motivation. Let's get back to motivation.
we gotta stay motivated, man. So yeah, man. So peace to everyone who's coming through, who's checking us out. Today's topic is self motivation, man. Like how like what is self motivation? How do you stay self motivated, especially during like these times? You know, like lockdown restrictions. You know, everything is just mud. You know,
Yeah.
but as human beings, as people, man, that resilience, man, we just got to find ways to keep pushing forward and moving, you know, as we always have. You know, they put obstacles in our path. We find a way to go over it, under it, somehow. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So,
I was gonna say, man, when it comes to like motivation, one thing that I want to build on, especially what Drae was saying, like, you know, I know a lot of other people know this too, but I'm gonna personally share like my insight on all the stuff going on in the world. So whether that be COVID, then the politicians, them, the government, all of that, because not only in the States and here is this stuff going on, it's all over the world, fam. You know what I'm saying? China, India, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really hard right now to like see the big picture of things and even know what you want to do in life personally, especially as a young person or even someone who's a little bit older, because
mm,
everyone's not trying to get sick. Everyone's trying to work or keep their job, things like that. You know, some people are
Yep.
just make it to tomorrow, fam. You know,
Russ.
straight up. You know, so like it's kind of hard for people to see like, yo, this is what I want to do or see it long term. And like what I just want to add on top of that is that
Mm.
like small things are really important. You know what I'm saying? So like checking in with yourself, doing things like this. You know, asking yourself like, yo, could I be today better today than I was yesterday? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And striving for those small little goals like that, because then when you make that a part of like every single day and your lifestyle, now your habit becomes a part of your lifestyle. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And
Mm.
like if it's gonna water your plant, if it's gonna help you elevate and grow, we should embrace those things, you know what I'm saying? Especially in an uncomfortable time like this, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
One thing about self-motivation, the basis in terms of what I'm thinking about is like what drives you,
Here we
and
Yes.
what drives you comes from passion,
Uh,
right? And you can't have passion if you haven't found passion. And a lot of people stray from their passion because they feel like um, they can get a quick buck, especially with this internet generation, social media. Just for example, I'm going to say a young lady who may have a talent with cooking or may have a talent with organizing or writing, and she's beautiful and she's sexy and she, puts herself in a box of being a model. You know what I mean? And instead of like, once you have a talent, you got to work on that talent, and build that skill. And if you're not doing that and you're focusing on something that you think is going to be easy, that's when you get trapped. You end up being, you're like 25 and you actually have no skills. You've
right.
been just focusing on, you know what I mean? So passion, drive, goes into motivation. Once you love what you're doing,
Mm.
you can,
Mm.
it's easier to be motivated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, no, no. That's real. You know what I mean? Because I think like having passion and purpose, like that's what guides things. That's like the engine, like the fuel. You know, that puts things forward. Because it's true. If you don't have that, it's super difficult to stay self motivated, especially if your surroundings are not motivational. You know what I mean? Especially, I mean, it's easy to be, well, not to say easy, but it's helpful if your environment is, motivational. If you're around people that are doing things, and you, even if you don't have it within yourself, you're like, oh, I can maybe try it too. You know what I mean? But even then, like, you're still relying on like external factors. You know what I mean? You got to build that within yourself.
Facts.
Sorry?
That's not self-motivation. You're being motivated by others.
Oh, yo, your sound is kind of chipping out. I don't know. It's kind of sounding, you sounding thin right now. You don't have that full that bass.
You got me. I'm back.
I don't know, man. So it sounds like bare trouble right now. We need some bass. I don't know what's going on, dude.
Yeah, it's like tipping out a little bit, you know?
Yeah. But Marz, I was gonna say, like, in terms of like self motivation, like I know that you have like a lot of like visible like representation around you. Like you kind of like spoken that before in other lives that we've done.
Oh,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Like talk about just like your immediate environment, like your room and some of the things that you have around you to keep you motivated.
Yeah, for sure, fam. Well, like, my room, for an example, is like, I have a lot of symbols that like remind me of like myself, places where I've been, the people who are important to me, and also just like small elements of like who I'm saying. So, for an example, like, on my wall right here and stuff like this, like I'll show you. Like on my wall over here and stuff, like I have like raps, you know what I'm saying? Some of the homies that passed away, you know what I'm saying? RIP. I have some art, my close friend did that for me. I did my own. Yeah, fam. This is like my desk. This is my area. This is where I do my stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
And over here, I have like some posters and stuff like that. I have all my accolades. Hold on. Let me try to flip it.
Jeez.
So I
They're
have my
black.
accolades. This is
That's on the wall.
Yeah, fam. This is from Boys Group. This is my diploma. That's a peer support certificate. And this is my most recent one with the Zero Gun Violence Movement. You know what I'm saying?
What's that? Was that a check up in there? Them plaques come with checks?
Yeah. Got Tupac.
Yeah.
Just have like more stuff, So like I took a hip hop class in high school. I got my stuff there because I was killing the marks, I'm very proud of it. So I put that up. I put all this stuff up to always remind myself. Because I won't lie, fam. Sometimes I wake up, even like this morning, it's Monday. That's why I really like these check-ins and stuff. Because Monday, I feel a lot of pressure, you know what I mean? Not only am I reflecting from last week, but I feel pressure as to like, yo, what am I gonna do today? What am I gonna do this week? You know what I'm saying? Because for some people, Monday is not the best day of the week. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, if I'm just being in my room and looking around my space, you know what I'm saying? It reminds me of like what's important to me. You know what I'm saying? And like Drae said, like what I'm passionate about. You know what I'm saying? And like what I'm passionate about is probably something that I love. And if I do something that I love, I'm probably gonna be happy. You know what I'm saying? So those equations right there, that's what aligns me, I feel like, with my purpose, you know? When I feel like I don't know my purpose, you know? And I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels like that. People in the call, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. On a side note, I just want to say, like, I noticed you had like your check in the you know what I'm saying, like your plaque there, but you might want to cash that within 6 months, because I know like checks like have a due date. They expire after a while. You know
Oh
what I
no,
mean? I had to learn the hard way.
I catch it from time. I catch it from time, but that's the thing. After I cashed it, I kept it in the thing.
Oh, okay.
And the
Okay.
reason why, yeah, the reason why I'm gonna say that, and the reason why I did that is because not only is like, oh, I gotta check whatever. Like, yo, there was a point in my life like 2 years ago, fam. Like, you know, I wasn't getting money, fam. You know, I was broke because, you know, I wasn't breaking the law, because I haven't been in the streets now for like almost 5 years, since I was 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So even though when I was struggling, I still wasn't like resorting to other things that I usually would have done, because I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to do it like that, you know? But the reason why I kept a check with my thing is because I show myself like, yo, these things that I be doing in the community and working on myself or whatever, like, yo, I gotta what was it? I got a check for it. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And you know, it's not about the money. That was just a little token of appreciation, not only from Brother Louis and the Zero Gun Violence Movement and yourself, but just like overall, you know what I'm saying? Because when you work on yourself and stuff like that, and you do things that make you happy or that's important to you, you will see things like money or happiness and things like that. You'll see all these things show up. You know what I'm saying? So we just need to identify what it is and feed the energy to that. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, man. Like the money's like the byproduct of all this. It's not like the thing, but it's just what comes out of, you know, like you having that purpose, that drive, and sticking with it, and that energy that you're creating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, that's really powerful, man. But like, you know, like speaking of which, like, you know, you're saying, you know, like you've been like, you know, out of the street, you know, life or whatever, you know, 5 years now, and like what like, you know, motivated you? Like what, like how did that like self-motivation, like, you know, help you like transition from one place to another? Because like you mentioned, there's times where you didn't have money, and I'm sure the temptations are there to like do what you got to do, but something in you was like, you know what, I'm gonna like stick to this.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's a great question. I appreciate you asking that.
Yeah.
I mentioned in the other lives and stuff like that because we work a lot together. But before, I was in like boys group. So for people who are watching and don't know what boys group is, that's a program that I was in high school, St. Patrick's. When I was in grade 10, I kept coming back to the program, and now I'm a facilitator there, you know? So that's a little background. Before, I was involved with boys group and Stolen from Africa and stuff like that, you know? I had a couple of mentors that I knew that was in my life, but most of the validation I got and a lot of the respect I had was respect out of fear, you know what I'm saying? Because I had this stigma around me, you know what I'm saying? I keep it real, fam. I wasn't perfect, bro. I was like tripping, you know what I'm saying? So everyone is like, yo, he's like that. And like that kind of conditioned me in a way, you know what I'm saying? Because the only time that people will respect me or like validate me is when I was whining. But when I'm whining, when I'm getting knocked, you know what I'm saying? When my dukes are stressed or whatever, none of those people that was validating me to do it, none of them was there. You know what I'm saying? And then it came to a point where it's like, in the street, I knew I wasn't a money man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a dope boy, you know? I may have sold a couple things, but that wasn't my character. So I was in the street and whatever. If I kept going down that road, I know I wasn't going to be a money man, whatever. So I probably like end up doing robberies and things like that. You know what I mean? Then it came to a point where I was like, yo, like, is this really what I want to do? You know, because I know how this stuff ends, you know? There's people that I love, people that I notice in my life they're going to jail or they're dying, you know? And I knew that was a lot closer than it seemed. So I made the decision and dedication to myself that I was like gonna recreate myself, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard, fam, you know, super hard.
And like Mustafa the poet says, stay alive.
Yo, stay alive, guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fam. Like it's actually a serious thing, you know. And I know a lot of people might think like, oh yeah, he was in the street, he not in the street now, he's soft, whatever. Nah, fam. I think that makes me a lot more of a man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Because I have family, bro. You know, I'm a young man myself. I have 3 godchildren. You know what I'm saying? So I have people that are dependent on me. You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of people that look up to me. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing something stupid and destructive, and you want to be like me, and you go do that, you're gonna see, oh, this guy, bro, he wasn't that smart in the first place. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to lead people like that, you know?
Yo, more times, the people who think you're soft for making a decision like that are the people who would never make that decision. Because you go to the pen, and them guys in the pen are like, you the hardest out of all your people. You know what I'm saying? Because you made that change. And your people gonna end up in here with us. And we gonna show them why they shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? So like the balance is off with a lot of young people's, even old people think that they're gangster or think that they know what gangster is. You know what I mean? Or what being hard is. But like these guys are so gangster and they're the softest guys in the game. When you find out they actually get involved in something and now they're in problems with their people, they're rats. Or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you were so hard until you got yourself in a position where you couldn't be hard no more. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys be acting like gangster ain't human. You know what I'm saying? You're a human, and you're going to get yourself in a situation that a human is going to have to make a human decision about.
Bars.
Yeah, right there.
Because guess what humans do when their life is threatened? It's called self-preservation. It's an instinct. It's not a thought. It's an instinct. Self-preservation. You know, there's some people that can bypass the self-preservation, you know. Shout out Bobby Shmurda. You know what I'm saying? And all the real ones out there. But shout out GL Glows, the writer.
Oh, shout out to Glow, man. I was gonna say, hold on, Glow, I'm gonna share your contact real quick.
Give me some feedback.
Yeah, man. Glow said, you know, the amount of stories, you know what I'm saying? Bark so loud outside, been inside there quiet like a mouse. Yo, that's what it be. Real talk, fam. You know, sometimes they say like, what, the loudest man in the room is the weakest. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, and my mom always, yeah, cuz, and it's like, you know, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. You know what I'm saying? And like the streets nowadays, I mean, I'm not like a super OG, whatever. I'm like 21, but like the streets nowadays, like I've been outside for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? For the last 7 years, the streets is nothing like it was when I first started chilling in the neighborhood, seeing what's going on. It ain't like that, man. You got social media, all these things, and it's dangerous because people's egos are being played with. And
right? And they can play around with their ego too because they're not in front of nobody's face.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And the thing is,
so they got like phrases like "send the addy."
Yeah, like stupidness, and that's the thing, right? If you don't take time to work on yourself, like I'm gonna just put it like this: no one's perfect, so not everyone is waking up every morning saying, "Yo, how could I be better than the other day?" You know, I wanna uplift. I want to do good. Not everyone's thinking like that, fam. Some people are in survival mode, and due to the circumstances or the lack of knowledge, it's not really their fault. You know what I'm saying? So, if someone does not know how to identify with themselves, never mind their ego, their true feelings, how do you think they're gonna react when their ego gets attacked? You understand what I'm saying?
They're gonna wild out like a rabid dog trapped in a corner,
and that's what's going on. But now you have people going, yeah, he's a savage, he's a demon.
Cheering on the rabid dog, and he's not in the corner no more. He's just rabid. he thinks he's in the corner all the time.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
The
And
littlest
then,
insult, he's back in that corner, back to the wall.
yeah, fam. And it was kind of like what I was saying earlier, not to take up too much space, but it's like people getting validation for the destruction. People, I'm telling you, yo, my people that's watching in the chat, yo, do the knowledge, man. Like the system, this was, I said in one of my new songs that I came out with, you know what I'm saying? No, I said the war is on us. I hope you open up your eyes because the war on drugs was all created by design. Like, you know what I'm saying? The 13th Amendment, like now all of this stuff, you can go on Netflix and you can learn about the war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? You can learn about the prison industrial system. You can learn about all these things. So before we go watch things that might mess with our mind and our ego, try to take some time to like do the knowledge. Because when you see what's going on, you'll understand it's a bigger picture. And then you'll be more mindful about how you play into that system, how you play into that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's so crazy. Like I've been watching like Marvel, like Agents of Shield, like you know, if you like, you know, like if you know about, you know, Marvel and like Hydra, you know what I'm saying? Hydra's been hiding in Shield for years, and you know what I'm saying? If you look at all these things, your prison industrial complex, neo-colonialism, you know, the banksters. If you look at everything, it all leads to what's happening right now.
Crazy.
So like you follow the breadcrumbs to right here, right now. And if you're not prepared and ready, and this is where self-motivation comes in right now more than everything. Self-motivation just to be sane, or to know yourself, knowledge yourself. You know what I mean? To be sure of yourself and to be sure of your own knowledge. Because the confusion, the media, the like WhatsApp, you know how much conflicting WhatsApp videos, you know what I'm saying, I get, you know, from all over the world.
Right.
So the motivation is also to do the research. You see how you're not just jumping on a crypto site and trying to buy crypto. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your research first.
Right.
And that's what we all gotta do. It's a little less, because truthfully, I've been watching Mad Marvel and stuff, but I've done a lot of research for a lot of years. So like I tell my son, like, nigga, I can chill right now. You need to go grab that book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got a question for the both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because true say, I appreciate you asking me that question, Logic, you know? Because when those questions are presented, especially on a platform like this where people's watching, and I appreciate people's attention and their participation, you know? It allows me to give an opportunity to express myself on a more personal basis. And that's what's like super important, because when people can express themselves, now you'll understand why they do the things that they do, you know?
Indeed.
So I have a question for y'all, you know what I'm saying? What motivates you, fam? You know what I'm saying? Stolen from Africa, you know, this is an organization you've been pushing from early, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
We got Drae in the house too. Both of you guys are like OGs, and you guys been doing your thing in Toronto. So Logic, I'm gonna ask you first, what motivates you, especially when it comes to your band of Stolen from Africa and the things that you do? What motivates you?
I mean, it starts from just like, you know, being in the education system, not feeling connected, not being supported. Like you already know how it goes. You know what I mean? Like teachers see you, you know, you get in trouble. I with the schools I went to were like French immersion, like predominantly like white. I was the only black kid in my class, so you already know what it is. I knew about like race relations from a very young age, and you know that kind of put like a chip on my shoulder. You know what I mean? It kind of turned me off from education. Like I didn't know there's a difference between schooling and then education, right? So in the school, it turned me off of that. But then, like, you know, through hip hop culture, that kind of like was my introduction to like really getting knowledge of self and just things that would like, you know, empower me. So growing up listening to like Public Enemy, you know, Dead Prez, Nas, you know, Jay-Z, like any other artist that was just dropping knowledge, like I was hungry for it. And it gave me like a sense that like, hold on, I'm not alone in this. Like these guys are actually articulating everything that I'm experiencing right now before I even had the words to even say it. You know, so So getting involved in like in hip hop like really was like my introduction to like education and whatnot. And so that led to me like, you know, just creating my own music and then like selling music on the streets. You know what I mean? From that moment, like that was my purpose. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be self-determined. You know what I mean? Like I'm not selling. We bagging up our CDs, man. We're right in front of Much Music, selling CDs with everybody. You know what I'm saying? But it was in that moment I connected with people like Drae, who was connected to other like community programs that gave us like skills and stuff, like, you know what I mean, to learn how to use like a camera and really just like open up my eyes to like another way to be involved in community. So that gave me purpose. I was like, hold on, it's not just about doing music. It's like I can do something that's really going to empower not just me, but my people around me. You know what I mean? Like giving me skills. And I remember me and Drae, like, you know, like editing videos like late at night for like mad hours. We would come there like Sunday morning, like 9 o'clock, like editing videos. But that gave me purpose and passion, like that I didn't have previously. So it was like these like stepping stones of like these different experiences that really gave me like something more to believe in. And also I felt empowered because like I was in control of my own boat. I was able to drive this. You know what I mean? Like people are saying, well, you know, you gotta cut your hair to get a job, you gotta do this and that. And like, man, I've been having hair since I was 15, man. You know what I'm saying? So and I never had to do that, right? So creating my own lane, and that's what really gave me like self-motivation. But it was also because the people around me everybody was doing their own thing, but we're doing it together. You know what I mean? Like Drae had his own filming stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like I was working with other artists who were doing the music, but we're all like just motivating and inspiring each other because me seeing Drae doing his thing was like, yo, I want to do my thing too. You know, seeing other artists do their music, I was like, I want to do my thing too. And then that led to like, you know, connecting with other organizations that were really more about merging like education, community, and the arts. And I was like, hold on, this is like a real thing. You know what I mean? And then from there, man, that just like opened up the doors because I was like, okay, this is it. This is my lane. And then, you know, getting involved in schools, I came back with a vengeance, right? Because I was coming from a place of like not having the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Like education, like school is supposed to be a place where we're supposed to like develop ourselves. We're supposed to learn how to become adults and whatnot. We weren't getting that. You know what I mean? Like the teachers were telling us to take applied courses. University was out of the question. It wasn't until I got to university, you know what I mean? So doing all this stuff, I got to university through the bridging program. And then the knowledge I was getting in university, it was making me even more upset because now I'm learning the truth. And I was like, yo, if the stuff I'm learning right now, like I'm talking about like sociology and just like understanding like colonization, if these things were like available in high school, I guarantee a lot of the mandem would not have dropped out. We would have been like, yo, instead of saying like, you know, F the police, man, we're like, yo, we're talking about anti-black racism. We're talking about colonization, imperialism. Now we're using like real structural terms to really unpack and explain what we're going through. Yeah. So my self-motivation became like, you know, from all these different experiences. And I just like stuck with it. You know what I mean? Like Stone from Africa, we've been doing this since 2004. It's almost 20 years coming up, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm just getting started, fam. like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm just getting started, you know what I mean? So that's like a bit about like where I'm coming from. And I look at my path, I could have gone in so many different ways, you know what I mean? Like the street life was calling because it's there. That's kind of like the entry point. It's always there. But I started seeing like, hold on, there's other things available, man, that I can do legally and to create spaces and create platforms that didn't even exist. I can be my own entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur was very important to me, right? Because I looked up to rappers. Up to, you know what I mean? That motivated me and stuff. And I'm like, yo, these guys are doing their own thing, selling music and getting money off of shows and all these different things. So I'm like, I want in. I want to be an entrepreneur, man. And that's what self-motivated me.
Well said.
Saying?
Very well said. Jay, what about yourself, brother? Tell us a little bit about your self-motivation and tell me about Fam TV, please.
Yeah, like I'm just happy I grew up in a major part, man. That's what gave me drive. Like it was like growing up in a boxing league, you know what I'm saying? Fight club, you know. So and I handled that. So I started on at the bottom of the fight club. So just the urban growing up, and you couldn't go to a park or a basketball court or go to the store without getting challenged by. You couldn't even go to school without getting challenged by some kid that wanted to move up some rank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just that, and then exact a lot along the same lines as Mia. You know what I'm saying? Because like we're pretty much the same age. The thing with me is like growing up in Regent Park as a young buck, people kept saying to me, "This ain't no hood. There's no hoods in Toronto. Canada don't have no hoods." But the music told me otherwise. Number one, the damn buildings look the same.
Yeah.
Everything that they're rapping about is happening right out here. The Brenda got a baby happened in Regent Park. Like, what you guys talking about? So that showed me that like I'm going through the same thing as all these people in North America, and and then the history, learning about the history. The first thing that really messed me up and it started me on my journey was finding out that Christopher Columbus didn't really discover North America.
Word.
Finding out that that was a lie, it was like Santa Claus was a long time. You know what I'm saying? But like Christopher Columbus, they got Columbus Day, all that stuff, and it's in the books. Like so, and I was a bad kid at school. I had my own desk in the office. Like
Me too.
So to find out that these motherfuckers been lying, oh shit, I knew it. Something. Listen, it ain't me. It ain't me. Okay? So my motivation was always to like, number one, avoid being a stereotype.
Yes.
Avoid being a black nigga man stereotype.
Yo, man, shout out to the comment sections. They giving you beer hearts right now, G. You know what I'm saying? Yo, keep giving them the gems, cuz keep building.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a stereotype. Don't be the yard man who's fucking off all the gal them and not caring about women, and you know what I'm saying? Don't be the dropout. Even though I did drop out, but shout out TYP,
Yeah.
U of T.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Yo.
Alumni, man. TYP alumni, yo.
Like it's so funny though, because you know, I put you onto the video stuff, but you put me onto freaking TYP. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Real talk. And TYP gave me more and more self-motivation because they're like, yo, go into this university and write, tell them everything, tell them in academic genius writing, tell them, cost them. You know what I'm saying? And I did. You know what I'm saying? I got in trouble like twice for it.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, it made me the guy I am today, and that continues to motivate me. I wake up every morning, and because of the motivation I've always had, because of those things, it's a habit now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I can wake up in the morning and get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Before 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't need a 8-hour workday to work for somebody at a limited cash output when my day is unlimited. I already made my money for the day. It's 12 o'clock, it's 11 o'clock. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say this was a nationally broadcast show, and you know, I'll be paid for this right here.
Yeah.
And if we done this, and I go and do something else and get paid. So my money wouldn't even be limited. I'll be able to make way more than an 8-hour per hour, whatever.
For sure.
So that's my motivation.
Yo, thank you very much, Jay.
Yo, I know there's some comments. I don't know if Marz wanna get it.
I was just about to do the comments, and I was gonna say for the last maybe before the call's done or whatever. I know we was all talking about different forms of self-motivation in our lives and stuff like that, but you know, I want to give an opportunity for the people who's watching the call to maybe put in the chat and see, you know, share how they self-motivate, and maybe for the others, because I'm not sure if everyone in the call doesn't know this, people from all different places, but we can exchange information with each other. You know, that's one of the most valuable things to do right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get this comment and we'll do that.
Yeah.
Symbol like one.
Symbolic. Yeah.
Symbolic one. Excuse me. They said their lies turned so many black kids off learning.
Right.
Logic got it. Education should be understood as different than their Eurocentric indoctrination system.
Mad facts. Yeah,
Facts.
man.
Um,
It's crazy.
Man, when you don't,
just the stuff that Fam TV is working on right now in terms of stories about Black Canadians that nobody don't know about. Nobody. Not university, not high school. Like nobody knows how. Like nobody's going over these things. You know why? Because if they go over these things, they're like unsolved murders. You know what I'm saying? They're like cold case files. Like you wanna get at Bill Cosby and put Bill Cosby in jail. Well, guess what? There's a lot of you guys that are alive. You guys were hunting down Nazis the other day, right? But you're not going to give back the people who were injustice. Their grandparents were unjustly moved off of land, and land that was given to them by the crown was taken away. All this type of stuff. You don't want to talk about these things. I'm talking about Priceville, Ontario.
Come
You
on.
know,
Come on.
I'm talking about Birchtown. You know what I'm saying? Nova Scotia, right? Chatham, Ontario. There's a place, Fergus, Ontario, used to be called Great Bear Falls. And they Tulsa, Oklahoma, them. Nobody wants to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But these are things that motivate me still. That's all I'm saying in terms of history class, you know?
man, everyone tap into Fam TV, man.
Yeah, man. I just want to add on to that, man, because like, you know, understanding our context as like Black Canadians and knowing that we have like roots in here, like we've contributed to the identity of Canada. You know what I mean? But we're not taught that. So when you're talking about, you know, like Priceville, we're talking like no places in Nova Scotia, you know what I mean, Owen Sound, like all these different places, and there's so much like history that comes with that. I mean, the Colored Hockey League. I mean, so many different things that we don't talk about.
Like it's an argument. Do you know it's an argument still?
No, it can't be.
I make sure I see it like, you know, Sunday morning you see a white guy with his son bringing up the hockey. You know what I'm saying? I wind down the window, I'm like, hey, black people play hockey, hey, remember that?
Right.
And I try to, that's friendly. It's friendly, but it gets everybody thinking. Go do your research.
Man, like, and you know, just to quickly add on like the hockey, like that was a very important thing for me because, you know, like growing up as a Canadian youth, playing hockey was a thing. But I stopped playing because people would tell me that it's a white sport. I loved hockey and I was sick at it, bro. I was sick, but I just felt like I couldn't do it. But until I started like understanding the knowledge, and then I got even more cheese, yo. When I was like, y'all should have never told me about Africville. Y'all should have never told me about the Colored Hockey League because now I'm putting everything down.
Right? What? I've been skating. Hi.
Right? I even got my little one skating right now, man. So she don't have to go through that, man. She knows.
No, I see you guys
skating is regular. It's like, what do you mean? That's what we do. You know what I mean? She don't have to go through those complexes.
Yeah,
right?
You know what I
You
mean?
can do no box, because another box was, and I love young boy because he be singing, he be doing his singing thing. Like singing wasn't hard. You were soft if you were singing when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake opened up for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But he had the means to do it, the mental means. He was not as I don't know, peer pressured as, or he could fight through the peer pressure because he had different peers.
For sure. And his environments and places that, like where he's situated and stuff, like gave him a little bit more of a freedom as opposed to being fixed in a certain identity. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
there's some comments in there.
Yeah, for sure. And also, I still want to give a chance for the people to check in and let us know how they self-motivated things like that.
If you scroll up, I think there's some comments out there.
Okay, that's what's up. So shout out to Empress. That's a queen. I know her. She's awesome.
Yes,
She
big up,
said,
big up.
when I was in high school, I failed my Canadian history class in grade 12 because I told the truth about certain aspects of history instead of the textbook answers, according to the administration. Yeah, they don't want us to know the truth because if we know the truth, they cannot control us, right?
But here's what's crazy though with that comment. See, in high school, yeah, they'll fail you. But in university, you can argue your points. You can argue that. You can take that and be like, yo, if you back it up with facts, that they would have to rearrange your mark. And that's another thing that got me cheese, because I'm like, how many of us don't get to post-secondary education because we get
don't even get them.
Not really understanding that once we're there, that's when we could really we have say, we can challenge certain things. So us like challenging the system is really encouraged at the university level. But in high school, it's like, you're a troublemaker. No, no, no.
Go to college. Why do they send all of our people to college? And because when I was in university, I was like, shoot, what I got 2 months to do this assignment? Damn. But that assignment's worth 30%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the freedom to fuck up on your own. You know what I'm saying? And truthfully, that's basically what the streets is. Freedom to fuck up on your own. Listen, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this thing. It's worth 38,000. You got 2 weeks. It's a task and a deadline. College is like task, check on you, you done it. It's the deadline's this week. It's every week. You know what I'm saying? It's more like you're a worker. That's what I always said. I was like, college train you how to be a worker, and university train you how to be a boss.
Ooh. Oh,
Marz.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because bosses check in, you know, with their customers or their investors every 2-3 months, you know? And then, but workers, they got to check in every week.
Facts.
You got that done? You got that done? You got that done every day. You know what I'm saying? And college, you're still running around the building like it's high school. You know what I'm saying? George Brown, Humber, you're always running around. University, you go to campus. Motherfuckers is strolling.
Yeah, everybody who's joining us and watching. So we'll be talking about, I know some people is joining late, but we're talking about like self-motivation and how we stay motivated, especially in these times right now. So right now, what I want to do for the last couple of minutes of the call is open up some space for you guys, you know. Feel free to let us know how you feel in the comment section about how you self-motivate, you know, what motivates you, what's your passion. And also for other people who are joining too, you know, like I said earlier, the most important thing we can do right now is communicate and share insight with each other and share information.
Yeah, you can all learn from each other.
Yeah, fam, there's so much distractions in place, you know. Everyone's just trying to make it to the next day. I feel them. But during that day, let's try to give our mind and our life some time to, you know, receive.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it to a sunny destination.
Come
on, man. Come on, no.
Everyone's self-motivation and passion is different, right?
Yeah, man.
But that's exactly it, man. We got to share like the insights that we get, you know. And I know sometimes like speaking about like our life and the things that motivate us, things that didn't work, things that work, sometimes that could be uncomfortable. But yeah, I think that's like the culture that we need to change. You know what I mean? So we can really like build and connect, because there's always this kind of like performative, you know, perspective where you got to be like perfect and I can't show weakness or whatever. And it's like, nah, man, like there's a certain power in vulnerability, and it's being like, yo, you know, because there's times where, you know, I'm not like, you know, self-motivated and I may kind of like, you know, fall off the track a bit, but that doesn't mean I can't get back on though. You know, we all work through it, you know what I mean? So I don't want anyone to think that, yo, Stone from Africa, like I'm on point, looking fresh every day. There's some days where I feel bummy, yo, I'm not motivated. And I allow myself to be there too. You know what I mean? Because I think it's important to really embrace all the emotions, you know what I mean? Like I'm not on some like, you know, like good vibes only and this and that. And, no, there's times when it's not good vibes. It's not.
You go through emotions like every human does. A lot of times we suppress it, like, you know, especially black men, you know, their default emotion is anger, you know, like when I'm sad, I'm angry. When I'm scared, I'm angry. When I'm, you know what I'm saying? But it's healthy to actually go through that. Be sad.
Yeah.
You don't got to be sad and a punk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you don't gotta be scared and a punk, but you can say shit. I'm scared. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah,
word.
you're human.
Word.
Right?
Yeah, man.
So I mean, yeah, go ahead.
My bad, cuz. I was gonna say, shout out to Symbolic One. He said, community is motivation to him. Saying, so that's what motivates him. That's what brings him to the levels to which he wants to go to. And if community is something that motivates you, it's more than likely that you motivate your community back. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
shout
man.
out to Symbolic One. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's that currency, man. That energy just keeps flowing and circulating, man. Because even in this call right now, like, you know, I feel amped right now. I'm charged up. You know what I mean? Because I'm giving and I'm receiving, and it's just that flow. You know what I mean?
There you go. And like,
Yeah, man. In the comments, what motivates y'all? You know, I see one community motivates, but what motivates you every day? You know what I'm saying? To get out your bed.
yeah, let us know. It's valuable, guys. Like,
Mm.
don't be thinking like, oh, I know what motivates me, but I don't want to say it. Yo, let us know. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know you can give me a something.
Okay,
It's
so Kashane White said it's knowing what sad is.
Mm. Mm.
Mm. So that's what motivates you, knowing what sad is.
oh, shower cap. Her shower cap. She's an inventor. She invented a shower cap
Oh,
for the
okay,
camera.
understood.
So her
But
shower cap motivates her. Go check
okay,
out Christian's shower cap.
got some more.
Yeah.
Empress said, we need to honor all our emotions. We're human. We live in
Yeah.
a society that caters to the ego, so it could be
Mm.
difficult to see beyond certain behaviors we have on board.
Yes.
Very well said. No, Romney, shout out Romney, said freedom.
Freedom.
Empress, 100.
That's what motivates. These are motivationals.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Then
Freedom for sure.
anybody
Gratitude.
else, please let us know. Because what motivates you is definitely important. You know, you could say something that someone hears, they never did it. It motivates them, you know what I'm saying? This is what makes the world go around, you know what I'm saying?
Hey Bougie 371. Where you at?
Oh, oh, hello, Bougie. Yeah. The new Mac said the blessing of life, waking up to a fresh day.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Romney said freedom, because if we don't get up, run, we won't be free for long. If we don't get up and run, we won't be free for long.
Right.
It's funny, but it's not funny.
For real. You know, Bougie 371 said, knowing God is on my side is motivation. Ice Tray 13 said our parents. Oh, all day, every day. Yo,
Yes.
my mom, I love my mom to bitch. Yo, I'll do anything for that lady.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah, fam. You already know, bro. I appreciate you guys for sharing, you know what I'm saying?
Bless.
Yeah, man. So a nice build, man. So I hope everyone, man, got something, you know, to be motivated about, you know, be inspired, man. And we just got to keep these conversations going, because these conversations, like, you know, contributes to like self-motivation. You know what I mean? And that's exactly like why we do these lives, man. That's why we want to make these conversations accessible. You know, like we have these conversations on the regular. We do these conversations in our small closed groups, but really want to put it out there. You know
I
what I mean?
think it's the best thing that you guys could have did, because you know the vibe and the help that you guys give to a lot of young people. It's like in those Zoom meetings, those closed spaces.
Right.
Just listening to that conversation empowers and motivates other people. So even if they click in and click out, might click in again and hear something that keeps them, or they go later on tonight that resonates, you know. So yeah, man, thanks you guys for sharing out the love and the knowledge and the skills that you guys got with the whole community.
Respect, though. Thank you. And like, you know, just before we hop off, man, you know, in the name of self-motivation, you know, shout out to Logic and shout out to Drae, you know what I'm saying? No, I appreciate you guys for sharing your insights and your experience on like what motivates you and how you guys got to where you are. And for everyone who's watching and stuff like this, yo, what I want to say in the name of self-motivation is that, yo, success is not a straight line, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of things that come to mind when we think of self-motivation. But number one, never forget this, people. And I know it may seem a lot harder than it is, but yo, love yourself, yo. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. Health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? Be mindful of what you think, how you treat others, and how you treat yourself. And in this way, which you do this, you will feel abundant and you'll be motivated. Sometimes we feel like we don't got nothing, but everything that we need is within us. You just have to look inside yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you'll go forward. So that was just something I want to leave with y'all. And, you know, I appreciate you guys for joining and listening, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, Marz, man, I mean, so proud, yo. Like, every time you speak, I'm just like, man, like, just seeing your evolution is just incredible, man. Like, yo, natural born leader. I'm just excited, man, like, that you're using your talent, your gifts to share with the world, man. So big up to you, man. Big up to you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yo, your mic's kind of trippy, Drae. I don't know what's happening, man. Yeah, man. we got some shout outs in the comments on the Marz. You want to get that?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I got it.
Shout out Howie.
Okay, Howie. Yeah, big up. So proud of you. Yo, much love, fam. You already know, Queen. I love this lady. She's so nice. You know, Symbolic one said big thank you. You know, Bougie said facts. Howie said big up to Neil and Drae. Big bro showing the youth them the proper way. Straight up. All day, you know. Ice Tray said amen. Empress said straight. Love yours in the J. Cole voice, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Love your life. It's only yours, man, and yours only. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, man.
Straight up.
Peace, man.
Yeah, man. I hope you guys have a great Monday. You know what I'm saying? And a good start off to your week. I feel very motivated. I feel good.
Yeah, I have a better Monday than I was having.
There we go, man. So that's what it is, man. Come check in with us, man, every Monday, man. You know, 11 to 12, man. You know, you good fam, just to make sure that we're vibes, man. Send some vibes out.
There you go.
Right? And then go check out Fam TV. Good fam? Then check out Fam TV.
Fam
Yeah,
TV,
follow Fam
big up
TV
Fam TV. Yes, absolutely, man. Yo, we have to build on some film projects, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel.
Yo, I got like 12 scripts sitting right here, right looking at me right now. So I got some audio. I just I gotta sit with you, man. Yo, already I'm coming down there.
All right, yo, just call me, bro.
Yeah.
I'll be at Irons playing chess.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right.
All right, man. Peace, y'all. See y'all next week, man. Join us every Monday, man, 11 a.m. for a check-in.
Every Monday, top of the morning, man.
Much love to the community, man.
Peace.
That's right, man. Peace, y'all.